Hey, what's up? What's good, everyone? Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Nompi Solomons, and for those of you who are new here, welcome to this platform. And for those of you who are returning subscribers, hey guys, it's always good to be back in the streets. So yeah, man, today we are talking about unemployment. So I'm gonna share a little story time about my unemployment journey, or my job hunting journey, and how that went, and how that kind of like affected me, or how that had a negative positive result on the outcome of my thinking, and just my emotions during that time. And yeah, and we're just gonna wrap it up with talking about a few tips, or maybe some things that you could rather consider if you are also going, or if you are in this journey of job hunting or unemployment during the season. Yeah, let's get into this video. I graduated 2020 from the University of Johannesburg. I graduated from a from the Faculty of Humanities in a BA in Strategic Communications, majoring in Corporate Communications. And yeah, so I kind of had it all figured out. Like, I was going to finish school, I was going to jump right straight into an internship, or maybe like an entry-level job in like a big communications industry, agency and stuff. And like I had it figured out, like this is what I was going to be doing. And needless to say, 2020 was not only the year of the pandemic. So much happened in 2020. I mean, that was the pandemic year. Companies closed down. Agencies were like shutting doors, and just everyone was just going through a lot. If you lived in this world, you'd probably get a picture of what was happening. So now here I am, just graduated, going into 2021. I have my degree, and everyone is like really just trying to get back on their feet, right? So it was not the most favorable time for someone like myself, who was a graduate and was looking to go into a corporation or agency, when everyone was just working on cutting down stuff. Like literally, I think the beginning of 2021, most brands or companies or agencies were really looking into how they can generate more revenue for their companies than to create more expenses, like hire people now. And most of them were really like cutting off on staff. So it wasn't hectic by then. I thought to myself, okay, it's just January, it's just February. Maybe in March, things will get back to normal, or rather some sort of better. So going to the year, February, I started applying in like December already. I started applying. January, nothing. Those emails that you get back. Unfortunately, we've looked through your resume, we've looked through your CV, and yeah, man, we've decided not to go with you, or not to move further with your application and stuff. And I just got a whole lot of those emails, like over and over again. And sure, it really got very stressful. And I think going into March, that's when reality actually hit me. Like 4 months of being home and doing the same thing every single morning, waking up, going onto the laptop, on all these job search websites, and applying for jobs and getting the same old response over and over again. So I tried so many things. I tried improving my CV. I was just like really just trying to, revamp my CV. Maybe I thought, okay, maybe it's how my CV looked. But yeah, still with that, I really got, I didn't get, the expected response, or responses rather, that I had anticipated for. And going into March of that year, I thought to myself, you know what, I really need to like look for something to do, because I can't really sit down here and say, you know what, I'm looking for a job and I'm not getting anything, and I'm just gonna sit until I get something. No, I'm going to let whatever it is find me busy with whatever I'm doing, right? And so at the time, I had been working part-time for a guest house Yeah, so I'd been working for like a guest house, been doing like marketing for the guest house and stuff like that. But also it was like post the pandemic, and so hospitality was like the worst space to find employment in, because everyone like was just in a place where they were just in panic and nobody wanted to travel. And the tourism industry really hit like downfall real bad and real hard. And for a small black owned establishment in the tourism industry, you can imagine now what that would have done if like the bigger fishes in the pond were like going through the most. So like, yeah, fast forward 4 months into the year, still no job. Working at the establishment. I'm marketing, trying to find my place within the establishment to see how I can also like help out, but at the same time also gain experience, which was good for me because there was exposure into a different type of industry that I did not really plan on going into, but I really enjoyed a lot. And yeah, I then decided June that year that, I need to learn a skill. I need to learn something that I can do. I need to work with my hands. My mother-in-law, she loves to inspire and encourage people that, you can never go hungry as long as you have like these 10 working like fingers. Yeah, 2 hands. So I decided to take that advice and I decided to go and learn a skill. I got the guy who did my nails to teach me how to do nails, and also learned a few baking classes and stuff, which I didn't really enjoy. I didn't really enjoy baking, but I thought, okay, maybe if it could bring in a little bit of income, then I can try and do it. The nail part I really enjoyed because it was more not that baking is not creative and artistic. Maybe I just didn't like baking. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, yeah, I really enjoyed doing the nails. I got creative. The challenge, it was quite challenging in the beginning because when you're learning something for the first time and like now you're learning it out of like desperation. Like, I really need to get this right because I really need to start doing people's nails so I can make money, so I can really enjoy life again, because I was in a bad space. And so I asked the guy who did my nails at the time to teach me how to do the nails. And well, luckily he used to teach people before he got to this place. And I spent like a whole month by his salon, and I was learning how to do nails. And let me say, I'm talking about this now like I'm just like in passing, guys. I think during that time, I had to go through the most humbling season of my life. Have you ever seen coming back from varsity? Like, you studied a corporate degree. Like, you are ready to walk in that corporate agency or that corporate room. And there you are, like, a couple of months later, sitting in a corner of a salon, and like, you out there begging people to do their nails so you can practice. It was not nice. It was not nice at all. I felt disappointed in myself. I felt very discouraged. I felt like, what was I doing? Like, I felt like, like, this is it. Guys, sometimes you go through things and you feel like this is it. Like, whatever it is, it's bigger than you. There's no way out. I felt very discouraged. I felt very defeated. I felt like, life has really shown me flames and I'm done, and all of that. But even in that time, I had to find some sort of like kind of strength to push myself to continue going, and to kind of like have a wall, that I can be able to have, like, that I can put in front of my emotions. Because now when people walk in there and they give you comments such as like, how Nompi, what are you doing here? Like, you need to have that wall that can literally defend and bounce back that comment before it can even get to your emotions. Because the moment you let it like get to your emotions, then it's over. You're not gonna come back there tomorrow. You're gonna be like, mang saw me go kai and asked me this, and I know that was so embarrassing, and I'm not going back there tomorrow. So I had to put my big girl peas on, and yeah, my big girl pants on, and go back each and every day, learn, get those nasty comments. People would underestimate me. People would like, like someone would literally like walk in there and would volunteer for you to do their nails just because they can just undermine you and stuff like that. And you could like literally see that, what, Lana, I'm being undermined. But yeah, girl, what you gonna do? Shubile. So I did it, got that done, and yeah, man, I was done with the course. And he said, what, I think you're ready now to do nails by yourself. Maybe you can start with house calls. And I went back home, spoke to my husband about it, got a couple of savings, and went to get myself a couple of products to like kind of start up with and stuff. And I started like advertising, and yo guys, people that are going to business really talk about it like it's simple. Like, like I registered my business, and like, I started working. Yay! Taking out that first advert to advertise that I was doing nails. I think it took me like 3 days. Yo, guys, it's so humbling, because now you're putting yourself in a position where you're telling people that I actually need you to come to me, and I offer you my services so you can pay me, because I'm broke right now and I need to make money through you. So, which was quite humbling, because I think as people, you don't realize this, but like you have such pride in you, and everybody has this pride in themselves where you feel like you can do it on your own. And now you have been placed in a situation where you are told that you can't do it on your own. In order for you to succeed, you need people. You need people to actually come and support you. And for me, I didn't think I had that pride in me that wouldn't like let me accept that I need someone else to come and do nails from me in order for me to make money, and have this business be a success. And so I know, Shem, it took me like, I think 2 to 3 days. Anyway, I finally took out that post, that advertisement, and people, actually, the responses that I got were mostly positive. Mostly positive responses. People were like, no, listen, congratulations, you're doing this. Oh, you're doing a good job, and all of that. And then you get the other half who will ask you how much your nails are. Then you tell them the price, and they're like, most of you can do cheaper, go kai. Like, girl, go do it, go do your nails, go kai. Don't come to me. So it was half and half, and it's up to you to decide which one are you choosing. And the journey started. I started doing people's nails, guys. That was the funniest time of my life. You do something and it would like be perfect today, and people would like it and stuff like that. And you do nails tomorrow, and people would call you and they'd be like, okay, sorry. Like, the moment I arrived in the house and I held the pot to like wash dishes or whatever, one nail came out. And the moment I went to the shower, after showering, the second nail came out. And you're like, now you must do these people's nails again the next day. And you took their money, Pella, so you need to fix, and it's so humbling and it's so embarrassing. But guys, I think in that time of experiencing to run a little business, or my little business, I really was taught to just be humble. In life, you need to be humble, and you need to always carry your big girl pants on, because you never know when you're gonna need to put them on. Hey guys, now everywhere that I go, I carry my big girl panties in my bag. Well, not literally, but you get what I'm saying. Like, carry that thick skin, because life will throw everything at you, and you're gonna have to learn to be stern and firm and take your L and learn from it and continue. And because we're not, what, like, life doesn't owe you roses. Like, life doesn't owe you pink rainbows and being soft. Like, life doesn't owe you being soft. You need to make it soft in that hardness that it throws at you. Hey, you need to like literally melt that hardness and make it soft, because yeah, it's a lot. Anyway, before I start blabbing a lot and not making sense, I went through that time, and it was very hard. There were a lot of things that I had to go through, a lot of ups, a lot of downs, but we had a lot of good times too with my little business. And my friends were so supportive. You learn to draw from everyone who's positive around you, who really supports you, who really sees like so much in you, and like understands that you have potential of doing so much greater things. But like, you are in your building phase now. You're basically building yourself up, and what you need is support and love. And I must say that I had so much support. I had so much love from my friends, from my family. My friends even got me like a whole like set, a whole uniform set thingy that I like put on when I'm like doing people's nails and stuff like that, with like the name of my establishment. And it was like really nice, and I went for a business course. I did some business course, and I got a certificate for that. And I got inspired by hearing like other people's stories too in their businesses. And I got exposed to that world, which was very great for me, and I really was grateful for it. And a time where I was very comfortable and I was very relaxed and I was fine and I was kind of like getting it. Well, let me tell you, while I was doing this, I was still applying for jobs, because not that I didn't love my business. I really did. I really loved it. It's something that I still carry pride in for myself, that yeah, I did that, and I still have the skill. So I still do, people's nails like every now and then. But during that time, I knew that this was not something that I wanted to do for the rest of my life. And it was something that I was doing for that time, and which was wise, because it was a skill, and it was something that I had. And here's the thing about gaining a new skill: no one can ever take it away from you. Like, even if you choose to go a different path in life, your skill is yours, and you can have it for the rest of your life, and you can even like edify it, and be better in it and improve in it. So for me, I had that skill, and that skill worked for me, but I knew that was not what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. And so while I was still doing people's nails and running my little business, I was also applying for jobs. And fast forward 9 months down the line, I finally get a call for an interview for the job that I'm currently at now. And actually, that was, from all the jobs that I had applied for, that was actually like my first interview. Was it? Yeah, that was actually like my first interview. And I couldn't believe it. Like, imagine not being called for the interview like for 9 months, guys. Like 9 months. And I got my first interview, and I went for it. And yeah, I got the job. I got the job, and I did my internship for that year. It was an internship. I did my internship for that year, and after that 1 year, I got a permanent post, and I'm still working at the same company right now. So yeah, praise God. Anyway, moral of the story: don't give up on yourself. I'm joking, but the reason that I'm sharing this with you is that there are a lot of people that I've encountered in the past couple of months that are going through the same journey of like unemployment and like, well, looking for a job or job hunting and stuff like that. And like some of the advices that I've like given out is while you're in that waiting stage, do not just wait and do the same thing over and over again. Like, expose yourself, put yourself out there. Number one, I could say learn a new skill. Whatever it is, like there's so much that you can do. Like, sometimes things don't even need you to be passionate about them, but like just be willing to learn, and like there's nothing that you cannot be able to learn a new skill, and like that is definitely gonna make money for you. I'm telling you, like whether it's baking, whether it's I don't know, learning how to do carpentry stuff, like just learning a new skill, whether it's a digital skill, whether it is a just physical skill, whatever it is, just learn a new skill for yourself. Look at things that are around you, how people around you, do you have people that love food? Do you have people that love to look good? Do you have people that love to buy furniture? Whatever it is, like learn a new skill, and that can work for you to make extra income, or to get that extra cash in, and stuff. And number 2, I'd say volunteer. While you're waiting, volunteer at a NGO, volunteer at a even an establishment. Sometimes there's some establishments that are open to taking volunteers. Volunteer. Sometimes you might even end up volunteering, like you might start off volunteering at a no pay basis, but end up getting that stipend like every now and then at that place where you're volunteering. But mostly I'd advise you to volunteer in like for non-profit organizations, NGOs, because like they are more, well, you get there are high chances of like you getting in to actually volunteer, because they are like constantly open to volunteers. If you are able to volunteer at a business or at an establishment that is in line with what you studied, then go for it. Volunteer there. Another thing that you can do while you're waiting is to study. I learned in most cases people like that are working have so much desire to like go back and like further their studies, and if you are given that opportunity of time and that gift of time, because I ended up seeing it as a gift. Like time is a gift, like you are given, if you have time in your hands, like you have the most valuable thing. You can do so much with the time that you have in your hands. And so study. I suggest studying. You can do a TEFL and teach English online, or maybe you can just like further your studies in the field that you did your undergrad in, or whatever. And or you can even like learn, you can branch into a different field or a different study industry. So I am going to end right here with this video. If you like this video, if you think this video is useful for you, then please do give it a thumbs up, like, share it with someone that you think can use this advice, or someone that you feel like is going through the most in terms of job hunting, and maybe you think this video could be some sort of like a push for them to continue. An advice that I'd give you if you are going through this time of frustration, maybe you are in between careers, or maybe you are like still looking for a job or whatever, don't be hard on yourself, be patient on yourself, and this is where you are supposed to be. Where you are right now, you are supposed to be there at this time, and do the most with where you are right now and whatever that you have been given. And if what you have been given is time on your hands, then do the most with the time that you have, because many a times you are unemployed, or you're looking for a job, and you have so much time and you don't realize that you have been given time, and you can do so much with that time. So I'd advise you to use that time wisely. Do the most with that time. You will never get that time back. I'm not saying I want to be unemployed again, but like I look back at the time that I had then, and the many things that I could do. There's so much. Some of the things I didn't even mention in the video. There was so much that I was doing, to an extent that people didn't even realize I was unemployed. Like people were like, oh my gosh, you're doing the most. And I'm like, y'all don't know nothing. But I was doing the most though, because I was constantly attending events, I was networking with people, I was like doing courses, I was here, I was there. I used my time very wisely. So use your time wisely. Don't just do the same old routine every single day. And if possible, you know, as I said, go out there, put yourself out there, volunteer, and things will work out for you. You know, like I believe that everything just ends up making sense in the end. And you know, maybe, who knows, maybe you might think that you want to land that dream job in a specific field, and life actually, you know, sways you into a different direction that you might actually love and be happy with. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. If you watch this video till the end, you are awesome. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share your story, share your job hunting story, or whatever, you know, stories that you have to share. Thank you so much for watching. I love you so much. And yeah, see you on the next video. Bye.